Okay, welcome to the YouTube studio. Today we're going to be talking about the LCT 440 Pure by Lewitt. This is a condenser mic and it will set you back approximately $289 as of recording this video. This is a condenser mic, and so it uses phantom power, and currently I'm using this on the Lewitt Connect 6, which is their first audio interface. So I did a video on that. I think it's over here. So I'm gonna put a little link above here if you wanna check out their audio interface. But I have this running at 31 dB with absolutely no processing or sound reduction in the back. So my AC is running, my computer is right on my desk. So if you hear anything in the background, then you may hear it. You may hear my AC, my fan. That's what it sounds like. And so I am running no compression, no nothing. So this is just the raw mic, so you know. Lewitt did send me this 440 Pure, and I appreciate that. We were having some discussions about the Connect 6, and I said I would love to do a little test. I would like to check this mic out, and so they sent it to me. So thank you, Lewitt. But they have no say in what I say, and this is my honest opinion about the mic. I really did want to hear it. This is one of those kinds of mics where I think a lot of people like this mic and the way it sounds because it has such a presence in the mids and highs. I think that's something that a lot of people are liking, the airiness of these types of mics. And so I wanted to have a little talk about that, where it may benefit or not benefit a particular person depending on their voice. So I think if you have a lot of sibilance in your voice, and most of the time I'm running a de-esser myself. I am not running one right now. I kind of need one sometimes. I like the way the mids sound, and this is has a frequency response that typically is not something that sounds good on my voice. But quickly, I want to say, let's go check out what's inside the box. And so if we take a look in the box, the Lewitt 440 Pure has a plastic shock mount that does a pretty good job. And then it comes with a dual screen pop filter, and then it comes with a foam windscreen that comes on top with their logo. And then it comes with a 3/8 to 5/8 adapter for your mic. And then it comes with a nice little handy little pouch that is quite nice if you want to take it on the go. There's some of these things that interest me in the way that this mic specs look is the 7 dB of self noise. Just having that 7 dB means it's a fairly quiet mic, if not one of the quietest condenser mics you can get. Actually, the only thing that really compares is the NT1, and we might get into that in a little bit. But the SPL rating is 140, which makes it great for a lot of people using it for vocals or instruments. And then you have a signal to noise ratio of 87 dB and a dynamic range of 133. So if you want to take a look at the rest of the specs are specs, and they don't always equate the same for everybody. And that's why I want to talk about how this mic sounds on my voice. Having a generally lower register voice, and I typically take down my dBs about 1.5 dB around 2000 hertz. So if we go and take a look at the frequency response of this mic, here we are, and we can see as we get about, when we're around a 1500 hertz, we got about a little over a half dB, and then we see the boost just keeps on going through the mids. In my voice, around 2000 hertz, I'm usually dropping this 1.2 dB, and we see that this is up about 1.2 dB. So this would equate to about 2.4 dB higher in the mids than usual. So I'm curious to what people think and how this sounds on my voice. And then we see as we head up towards 4000 dB, we get a sharp upgrade to about 3.4 dB, and then it stays in that upper range until, and we see that it boosts up to 10,000 hertz, and you're approximately 3.3 dB boost. So that's causing that airiness and that in that mid-range also to sound like it sounds and bring presence on certain people's voice. Let's run a couple little tests on this mic. I'm not going to go into super detail, but I just want you to kind of listen to a few things. I'm typing on my keyboard right now, and this is what it sounds like with no noise reduction. And then I'm going to be quiet in a second and let you listen to the background with the AC running and my computer about literally 1.5 feet away with the fans running. So I'm sure you can pick up some of that. And the other thing is, I have this really close to me right now. And if I get really close, this is what it sounds like. And I think this mic, you know, maybe sounds pretty good on my voice. And as I get away about 1 foot, this is what this mic sounds like. And as I get away about 2 feet, this is what this mic is starting to sound like. So that is what it sounds like close and away. I want to give you a little plosive test. Put your personal property in the proper place. Put your personal property in the proper place. That wasn't too bad. I'm going to be giving you my honest opinion because this little pop filter right here comes off. Okay? And you can see that this pop filter, when it's on the mic, it's really close. And I think that design kind of hinders its doing its job its best. I think if this pop filter was about 1 inch further away, the air going through the mic would be pushed down instead of more into the capsule. That's just what I believe, and you would have to check it out yourself, but I think it's pretty accurate. And then let's just throw this windscreen, this little foam windscreen on and see what it sounds like. Pardon me if the noise gets to you a little bit. Come on, get your hat on, buddy. All right, so now we have the foam one on, and this is what this sounds like. And I'm going to do a little plosive with this. Put your personal property in the proper place. Put your personal property in the proper place. I think it does a tiny bit better of a job, just a tiny bit. But I think if you're using proper technique, you really shouldn't be worrying about this. So I'm going to throw this back on. Sorry about the noise, guys. All right, and now that's back on. And let's do a little off access. I'm talking straight into this mic right now, and this is what it sounds like. And then I'm going to turn it off access to 90 degrees, and this is what this mic sounds like. And then as we talk to the back of the mic, this is what this mic sounds like. And then turn it right back to 90 degrees. This is what this mic sounds like. And as we turn to the front, this is what this mic sounds like. So it does a good job on everything that I've seen with being off access, and that's really important. It really just shuts the noise down, and that's awesome to see. And that's another thing that I really liked about it. So let's just check out this really quick, okay? This is this mic's frequency. This is this mic's frequency response. And then if we pull up the NT1, so here's the NT1, and we can see that if you go to the NT1, we could see how much flatter it is as we go up, and then it doesn't start moving to around 4,000 or so, or 5,000, start getting its boost. So it's a much flatter mic through here, and the mids are definitely brought up. And then kind of just like this mic, as we get into the higher range, it does boost up through here. So what I thought I could do would be to just take the NT1 and then take the Lewitt and have them together, and I'm going to do a little EQ with the NT1 to get it as close as I can to the Lewitt, and then I want you guys to hear it back and forth and see what you think. And just to give you guys an idea, this is what the NT1 EQ looks like. And so we can see that I started really close to where the boost starts with this mic at around 1200, And it's not absolutely perfect, but it's pretty close to the way the EQ, the frequency response looks like on the 440. And so now let's listen to this NT1 and see what it sounds like. Okay, and now you're listening to the NT1 with the equalizer on. So this is the NT1, and I left this little pop shield off, and I'm just going to throw this on. So this way we have very similar sounds with the pop filters on and the shields. And this is what the NT1 sounds like with the EQ, like the 440. Now I'm going to take it off. And so as I take this EQ off, this is what it sounds like. I can hear it in my headphones, and I'm wearing some good quality headphones. Now, do you hear it? Maybe you don't hear this on the phone, but if you're on something where you can really pick up the difference in the way it sounds, I think you'll notice that it sounds a lot different. So right now I'm on the NT1 with the EQ off, and now I'm going to turn it with the EQ on. So now there's the EQ on the NT1. And this is the 440 right now you're listening to. Now, the 440 does have this mid-range little more richness to it that I notice, that I can tell, and I don't know if you can tell, but I definitely tell it in my voice. So even if I have the airiness, there's just something right in the mids here that is a little bit more richer in my ears. So then now let's go back to the NT1. Okay, now this is the NT1 with the EQ sounding like the 440 as best as I could. So I just wanted to give you a little example of a little EQing on an NT1. And why I like the NT1 is because it does have a naturally flat frequency response. But then you have to EQ it if you want to get a little bit more sound like this. And the thing I like about the 440 is you have to do anything. You plug this in, and this has this nice airiness about it right off the bat. And I think that's why people like it. All right, people, let me know what you think overall. Do you like the way this NT1 sounds, or do you like this 440 Lewitt? I think they're both great mics. I don't think you can go wrong with either one. And to be really honest with you, I love the way the Lewitt mic looks. I love the pop shield in the front, even though I think they could have done a little bit of a better job. What a great mic this Lewitt 440 Pure is. I would recommend it to anybody. Let me know how you think my voice sounds on this mic. Do you like it better, or did you like it better with the NT1? I hope you had a little bit of fun watching this, just a little bit of a different perspective of mic talk, and I really appreciate anyone who's been watching me and watching this. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.